Hello, I've made this video to address arguably the grandest conspiracy in the world today. I'm talking about Albert Pike's plan for 3 world wars, and if the super elites have been guiding us through this plan for the last 100+ years. This is not a theory, but is in fact true, and I understand why you'd be skeptical. But in this video, I'm going to go over the facts and logic, and hopefully by the end you will realise why this plan is not a theory but a fact. There's a fierce debate, but I'm encouraging you to think for yourself. Don't just believe what you're told. There are plenty of people in respected positions that believe in this conspiracy. To start off with, the argument is, did the Illuminati survive and create the super elite network that is running the world today? Well, according to Winston Churchill, it was, at the very least, active right up until 1920. So I pulled this quote from the Guardian newspaper, and the Guardian is actually citing the Illustrated Sunday Herald, and this is from February 1920, Churchill writing on Zionism versus Bolshevism. Quote, "This movement among the Jews is not new. From the days of Spartacus-Weishaupt, aka Adam Weishaupt, the creator of the Illuminati, to those of Karl Marx, and down to Trotsky, Bela Kun, Rosa Luxembourg, and Emma Goldman. This worldwide conspiracy for the overthrow of civilization and for the reconstitution of society on the basis of arrested development, on envious malfeasance and impossible equality, has been steadily growing. It has been the mainspring of every subversive movement during the 19th century, and now at last this band of extraordinary personalities from the underworld of the great cities of Europe and America have gripped the Russian people by the hair of their heads and have become practically the undisputed masters of that enormous empire." End quote. Now, I know what you're thinking. Who should I trust? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that Winston Churchill's word is more trustworthy than some uninformed or corrupted historian or politician. Moving on, it can be proven that the Skull and Bones fraternity at Yale University is in fact a chapter of the Illuminati. So, a Stanford University Hoover Institute research fellow called Anthony Sutton actually proved this through his research. If you read his book, America's Secret Establishment, it is documented that in the 19th century, a group called the File and Claw broke into the Skull and Bones headquarters and discovered proof that it came from a German secret society, which the Illuminati were, and that the Illuminati and Skull and Bones had the same initiation ceremony. Furthermore, Sutton proves that the Skull and Bones were instrumental in coordinating the finances for the Nazis. Just a side point, a lot of people are confused about what the Illuminati is. It was the original secret society set up by the banking establishments and royalty of Europe for power and control. The media and internet has drowned this whole topic in disinformation purposefully, as well as academics. What you need to realise is that the CIA, along with others, have been drowning these conspiracy topics in disinformation purposefully for decades. And there's actually proof of this. You can view the CIA document online. Furthermore, if you dig enough, you can find that Wikipedia is heavily edited by the network. Now, this is of course a huge topic, and I know there'll be a lot of unanswered questions. So I'm going to try and keep this short and simple. So, I'm going to now dive into the evidence of why exactly Albert Pike's plan for 3 world wars is true. So the full detailed plan was in fact in a book in 1925, That's 14 years before World War II. Cardinal Rodriguez published it in his 1925 book, The Mystery of Freemasonry Unveiled. It described the World War II in 1925 as Nazism must be destroyed to bring a sovereign state of Israel in Palestine. In 1925, the Nazis were a tiny party, so how the hell could Rodriguez have made a fluke call like that? Also, I tried to buy this book, but the 1925 version seems impossible to view or buy online, and all the later reprints of the book took out the letter. Then I read S. Brent Morris's The Complete Guide to Freemasonry. S. Brent Morris is a 33rd degree Freemason, a head Mason researcher and a well-known cryptologician. However, he clearly admits that the full letter was published in 1925. S. Brent Morris tries to use cryptologic to discredit it by saying the Nazis and the term fascist didn't exist in the 19th century. When Pike wrote the letter, however, if the Illuminati created the movements to divide and conquer when they came into public knowledge is irrelevant. You have to think it's more likely they created the movements than Cardinal Rodriguez just randomly lying and guessing the cause and result of World War II with perfect accuracy. Remember, Freemasonry today is dominated by the Royals, who of course are in the super elite network. Not all Freemasons are bad, but they are all technically tools. The evidence continues to support these wars are planned. By studying Carroll Quigley and his book Tragedy and Hope, you can see that it is documented that at the heart of the Bank for International Settlements were the Rothschilds, Morgans and the Rockefellers. Now, the Rothschilds were promised Israel long before World War II in the Balfour Declaration. It's even in the mainstream media that the Bank for International Settlements were responsible for the success of the Nazi economy throughout the war, and Hitler had declared himself the enemy of the Jews in 1925 in his book Mein Kampf. The so-called hero of the Jews, the Rothschilds, were part of a cartel that was supporting Hitler when they knew he wanted to wage war on Jews. If you look into Anthony Sutton's Wall Street and the Rise of Hitler, this is his book as well, you can see that the Rockefellers and the Morgans were providing Nazis with money and technology. If you dig deep enough, you'll also find that the Rockefellers were responsible for the whole Nazi eugenic movement. So please just think. Forget your biased thoughts and look at it logically. If the police found evidence that a gang had written a letter about a bank heist 14 years before it happened and had evidence the gang financed the heist's operation, the gang would be jailed immediately. Religious people need to wake up. You are being hustled. If there is a God, trust me, he doesn't care about stupid little details. He just wants you to be decent to people. Religion was set up for power and to play the believers against the non-believers. The Pike Plan says there will be a third world war and it will be triggered against Islam and Zionism. Today, Israel are on the brink of a war with Iran, and the top experts agree we are on the brink of a world war. It is time to start using logic and science to create a world that is sustainable and a world where people in power can't abuse populations like this. It's time to evolve. Thank you.